I'm so excited, everybody. I'm really excited because we have a very special guest with us this evening. And her airplane is coming in right now. Ah, sweet. Okay. Look at her. She's already, look at Angela's already.
There I am. Wow, it's kind of dark in here. Oh, well.
Yeah, you guys, it's fall. Fall has
it's dark.
arrived, and everything, it's like, whoa, where'd the sun go?
That's it. I could add something, though. I'll be back.
You look great.
Thank you. I need more color again. But it's soon. Couple weeks. This is always the day I go, when was it again? And she has to tell me. Because I never keep track. I'll try to be right back.
Okay. So yes, our guest, Teresa Cowles, musician, movie star.
Add anything? Yeah, a little bit.
My co-host here. I hope she has some fun questions.
Who, me?
Yeah. So we're waiting for Teresa now, and hopefully she's found her way. I have that song stuck in my head. Did you hear it?
The song at the beginning? Yeah, I had to stop it. It was nothing against the song, but as it was approaching the time, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to get on, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and it's like it was going to give me a panic attack. It's like, okay, I can't have any more noise.
Well,
but it was good up until then. It was good up until then. I think I had it too loud.
I can't seem to get it loud enough. So
headphones. My speakers stink, but my headphones are good. Oh, really? So let me say one thing here. Look what came.
Okay, wait, hold on. Sorry, I didn't see that she was messaging me.
Oh, she's here. See?
Oh, yay! Oh, everybody, that is cool. So
that's what I wanted to look like. That's it.
Oh, congratulations!
And it's expenses of it. I did a video about it today.
Wow. Oh, okay. I saw that you had a video, but I didn't watch it.
It's about inspiration and whether you follow it or you cave in.
Nice. Yay!
Hey, she's here! Yay!
So yeah, Teresa Cowles, a musician, a movie star. What else?
A massage therapist.
And a massage therapist.
Wow.
So we'll have to have her on again talking about that.
Yes.
Cool. So what have you been doing today?
Not a whole lot. Today's been pretty chill. Yeah. Cool. Basically trying to get my technical crap together for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did.
You did sort of, yeah.
Perfect.
No, you did great, I think.
Yeah, my first time on this was a disaster.
Mine too.
So
I think
congratulations.
I think my first 3.
Says a lot. So we're going to be interviewing you because I just think you're amazing, a huge talent and inspiration, and you're all over the place. So and that song, the Summertime.
Blue Summertime?
Blue Summertime. I'm obsessed with that
Really? Song. It's about to come out on a full-length album in October.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And you're going to do a record release with the band?
We are. It's October 20th at the 3 of Clubs.
Cool. And this band is?
Pacific Soul Limited.
And that's Norm Kelsey.
Mm-hmm. And Adam.
Adam Marsland.
That's right.
Is that just it? 3 pieces?
For the live show, that's it for recording. For the live shows, we do have a drummer and another guitar player. Yeah. Cool. And a percussionist as well. So it's a bigger band live.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. The name is very fitting then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's an interesting story behind the band because we kind of formed it because we all wanted to go on vacation in the UK and we wanted to be able to write it off. So we recorded the and we went on tour with it. You know, we did IPO Liverpool was kind of the central gig, and then we booked all these other gigs out from that. And it was really fun. It was great. And then it got such a good response. We decided, well, let's just do a whole album. So we did. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's very collaborative, which is kind of a new thing for me because I'm more a utility person who just kind of, you know, comes in and plays and sings. And I don't really have that much creative input beyond my own parts. But for this, it was very collaborative. I did a lot of writing. Very cool.
Yeah, I love it. I've never heard, I mean, me personally, I've never heard anything quite like what you guys are doing.
It's interesting.
Like, there's stuff everywhere. It's like, that's normal.
Yay.
Oh my God, everyone's a part of it. It's a party.
It's a party. That's exactly right. We're gonna quote you on that. It's a party.
It's
a party. And 3 very distinct personalities, which is cool, and it all kind of comes out. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice. So how long was that tour for?
It was about 2.5 weeks.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then, oh my gosh. And we all did kind of vacation before it, you know, and then met in Scotland and toured from there. So.
Wow. Yeah. Obviously.
So how long ago was that?
That was last summer.
So, but in theory, you've created a band for that now has extended beyond that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I think we want to do Thailand next.
Oh yeah.
Next tour.
Now, did you do something like a Kickstarter or something to do that for the financial end?
No. Adam and Norm both have a lot of contacts over there, so we were able to book enough paying gigs. That while we didn't necessarily make money, it was, you know, it
kept you going.
Yeah.
How about Thailand? Are you going to be able to do the same, or are you going to do something like that for that?
That's half a joke, but maybe.
Maybe
it's only half. It's only half a joke.
Wow. Nice. Okay, you know what? And it just seems like you're on this roll, and no pun intended, you had a really great role in the Brian Wilson. What's that movie?
It was called Love and Mercy. Yeah.
Love and Mercy.
Yeah.
And I
played Carol Kaye, a very famous bass player, which was a great honor, and it was awesome and so much fun. Bye.
Wow. Bye.
The girls are waving at you. That's JR.
Hi,
JR. Thanks, JR. You too. So did you have to do a lot of studying to do that role?
I did, because everything we played was live. You're hearing us in the film. You're actually hearing us play. So I did have an advantage in that in Adam Marsland's band, we played a lot of Beach Boys, so I knew a lot of the songs already. But I did have to learn how to play with a pick, which I kind of do off and on, but I never did it enough that I felt confident. So I really had to work at that. It wasn't very much notice. I kind of got told I had the part, and then less than a week later, we were filming. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Oh my God.
So yeah, but you know, I did my best, and I think that it turned out really. The studio scenes, of course, are the best scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah, we have a whole book on that band.
Yeah, and there was a documentary that came out too pretty recently about them, the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, they're pretty interesting story.
Oh, that's so cool. And someone in the chat room says they remember you from there.
I did meet Brian. Somebody's asked me if I met Brian. I actually got to play with Brian, which was the most awesome thing ever to date that I've done at the rap party. Because their bass player doesn't live in LA, so I got to play, and it was
How perfect.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was.
How cool is that? I agree.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Agreed. Cool. So, any other surprises that have happened to you this year? I mean, gosh, you're just like golden.
I just got to play with Donna Loren. I don't know if you remember her from Beach Blanket Bingo, and she was like
yes, hands
Pepper
off
girl.
Right?
Yeah, and she was the Dr. Pepper girl in the 60s. She just did a gig at Tiki Oasis, which is this big giant tiki bonanza crazy thing that happens every year in San Diego. And I was part of that band, which was very, very cool.
Wow.
And she's amazing. Her voice still sounds great. She looked amazing. She was wearing this white mesh cat suit that she made herself. And and you do the math of how old she is, but she looked amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. She was awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
how fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Oh, that's why I'm so inspired by you. This is so cool. So let's back up then.
Okay.
Let's start with how you started as a musician. Like, what inspired you to become a musician?
I kind of basically bumbled into it, like I do most things. Like I've done everything, really. Yeah. Yeah, it really
Best
is.
way.
Yeah, it's just one of those
It
things
is.
where I was always musical. I always loved music. I never thought of it as something people actually did, like real people actually did. And then I moved to LA with a boyfriend back in the early mid 90s. And he was a musician. And then just kind of being surrounded by people who actually were playing and doing it, if not for a living, at least for part of their living. And that it was a very respected thing, and it was something, people just did. I kind of, just kind of bumbled into it. It turns out I took guitar lessons. Within 20 minutes, I was handed a bass and told, you're not a guitar player or bass player, because all I wanted to do was play melodies. I didn't want to, and so, yeah. And I joined Dragster Barbie a month later, and then I just kind of haven't stopped since. That was 20 years ago. Yeah.
Beautiful. And we will get back to Dragster Barbie in a bit.
Yeah. We're playing soon. I'm excited. We just rehearsed.
Me too.
We just rehearsed the other day, and it was awesome. I have to go one-eared now. Can't hear myself.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Good. Good.
Okay. So, should we continue in the background, or should we move to? We'll get to Dragster Barbie, because I'm really excited about that. So, who did you grow up listening to musically? Who were your heroes?
I grew up listening to a lot of different things, and I grew up in Florida. So please forgive me, but I grew up listening to a lot of country music. Like Dolly Parton is probably one of my biggest heroes, hands down. All of the old country, the people, not like the newer country, but the classic, the Don Williams and the Dolly Parton and all these people were a lot of the early stuff that I was exposed to, that I listened to. And I actually think that's where I got my harmony ability from, was just that I listened to that stuff, and that's what I sang along to. And it always has harmonies.
Yeah, it does. We've got an Eddie Arnold on the side.
Oh.
Eddie Arnold.
Yes.
I was thinking Loretta Lynn and
yes,
Tammy Wynette.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. But then a little later I discovered the Beatles and all that kind of stuff, which really influenced me a lot more, I think. And definitely inspired me.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So did you find music on your own, or were you influenced by what someone else was listening to growing up?
I mostly just listened to the radio growing up. So, the 70s AM radio, that was kind of
good stuff.
And it's great stuff. Great stuff.
But You know, though, it actually is very specific to locations. So in the location you were growing up, what was that top 40 that they were having you listen to? I mean, was it Motown based? Was it Beach Boys? Surf based? What was the base? Because mine was heavy Motown.
I do remember getting some of that. I don't remember anything being heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, pop, really. The 70s pop was probably the biggest. Yeah.
Did you ever like play air guitar or pretend to sing in front of the mirror? Come on.
Maybe. I don't really remember. I'm sure I was terrible at it if I did.
No,
not the most
never.
coordinated.
I mean, look at you now. So that's part of the manifesting process. Really, I used to. Right?
It is actually.
Yes. Mirrors, the medicine cabinet mirrors. So like I'd be singing and then I put the mirror and I could see like 100 of myself.
Ooh.
Because that was like technology.
Totally.
Okay, so it's only fair to share that since I asked you.
Yes, that was very good. I liked that. I'm going to go try that when we're done.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. So, are there any other instruments that did you get back into guitar or did you pick up any other instruments?
I'm a terrible guitar player. I pick it up periodically and it's just the strings are so tiny and they hurt my fingers. And it's just like, I don't know. I can play a little bit of guitar. I have found lately keyboard really is my other instrument. Yeah, like I'm writing on that a lot more. I found out by accident I can accompany myself, which I didn't know I could do. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, my second instrument, although I wouldn't say I was a keyboard player. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But
as long as you're making sounds and songs.
But that was my first instrument that, piano lessons as a kid. And then my second was percussion. Right. I did percussion in junior high band. Because I could read music, because I had taken piano lessons, they made me play all of the noted instruments, the marimbas and the vibes, which now I think is super cool. But at the time, all I wanted to do was play drums. And I was so mad because I really wanted to play drums. And I never got to play drums once, ever. I always had to play something else. But I appreciate it now.
What, Angela?
I was just wondering if we interviewed her again like a year from now, where that switch is where she would then call herself a keyboard player. Would she trigger it, or would she stop and then have a different instrument that she was focusing on? You know what I mean? Is it a passing thing and that's why? Or is it just not where you or it's a tool yet? I don't know. It's interesting.
I think for writing, it's going to be my main thing now, because I always wrote on bass, which is fine, but when you try to give a song to somebody and all you have is a bass line, it's so the chord structure is so open, because I don't have to necessarily be playing on the root, because I'm kind of going more with the melody. Right. So it's a little harder to write that way. Keyboard, it's like it's all there. Right. You're putting the chords down and they're there, and it leaves a lot less room for interpretation, which, interpretation is a good thing in some ways. But yeah.
But the reason you're not a keyboard player there is because you're a songwriter there.
Yeah.
I love songs written on keyboard, so.
Yeah, it's a very new thing for me, because I just it never occurred to me. For whatever reason.
So do you still have the longing to play more drums? I know it's in you.
It is definitely in me. I'll sit down if there's a kit and nobody's around. And I mean nobody's around. I'll sit down and play. Yeah, it's fun. It's so fun. I admire drummers a lot, though. That whole coordination of 4 limbs, it's amazing. Amazing.
To keep it going sustaid.
Yes. Yeah. And the ones who sing just blow my mind completely.
Yeah. American Band, there's a really great video. It's live and it's just insane. And he has this big hair that kind of just and just beautiful. It's beautiful. We have something here in the chat. Can you read that? Somebody.
I try to regret I can't play anything. I give those talented like you guys, I give you so much credit, a wonderful gift.
Yay.
That's Edward Herman.
Thanks, Edward.
And I like the beauty of guitar is nobody is bad. I don't necessarily think that's true. Air guitar. Yeah, that's true.
Air guitar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've still seen that person. Although it was probably my mother.
Okay. So, favorite bass players?
Let's see. Well, Carol Kaye is up there for sure. Paul McCartney. I love Dee Murray, Elton John's bass player forever. Love him. And then there's somebody I discovered recently, Esperanza Spalding. Have you ever heard of her?
I have. I have no idea where.
She's a bass player. It's more in the jazz style. It's not necessarily my thing. But I went to a show of hers. A friend of mine had tickets, and we went, and it was like it was like half play. It was a concept album basically that they had done, but it was kind of half play, half concert. But it was all music. The whole thing was music, and she is jumping around, dancing, playing jazz, and singing lead at the same time. It was, it was crazy. And then, of course, my friend, Annie Chelsea, she's the one who brought me to the show because she had done a story on the album for NPR or something. And so she brought me backstage. And, of course, she introduces me. Oh, this is my friend, Teresa. She's a great bass player. And I'm like, no, after I just saw that, no, I don't say that. Why are you saying
that? No, you're a great bass player. You're just not expected to skip around and sing and cavort.
And she looked amazingly cool doing it too. I mean, just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, she's amazing. Definitely look her up.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, favorite basses to play?
I am a big fan of the P bass. I have two of them. I have one that I keep strung with flat wounds and one I keep strung with round. So I just kind of use them for different sounds. But they're just such reliable basses, and you always, can get a good sound out of them. They record great. They're not too heavy. Love those. With Dragster Barbie coming up, I've got my Dan Electro out again, which is, my sparkle bass, my bass with the sparkles. Yeah. And that one's great because it weighs like 2 pounds. And that's the one I take when we do the DIY tours where we're, carrying her and stuff and going everywhere. I always take the Dan Electro because it's so light. And it's also really cheap, so it's not going to kill me if it gets crushed. But it's a great bass too. And it has its own little special sound. Yeah.
Yay. Yay to special sound.
Okay, so we know about the pick versus playing with your fingers.
Yeah.
But you're so melodic. I mean, oh my gosh, who cares? That's not even an important question. Okay. So what bands or artists are you really into right now that you want to share with us?
Not so much any new ones that I can think of offhand, but I did, for my birthday this year, my boyfriend bought me a record player, which I have not had one since I have been an adult, basically. I haven't. Yeah,
since the day.
Since, I lived with my parents, I haven't had one. So I've just been buying all these old records, just the things that are, in the $2 bin or the $4 bin, and just some great stuff. Right. Some of it's rediscovering and some of it's I've never heard. And just that whole putting it on and it's so, I know I'm way behind on this, ritual. But it's so cool. Yeah, I've been getting into a lot of old stuff again. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. But a lot of Wings,
it amazes.
A lot of Osmonds, a lot of Elton John. Monkeys, because I'm going to go see the Monkeys in a couple weeks. I've been boning up, buying some Monkeys records. Have you guys heard the new one? That's new music I can talk about. You have to hear it. It's so good.
I've only
Is it good? Is it
I've
good?
heard that it's heard. I've heard.
You've heard that? Yes, it has been heard.
Wait a second.
So how new?
It just came out.
How new is new? Like, it's post Davies passing.
And the songs were all written. They kind of went back to their old formula of having hit makers write their songs. But these are all newer hit makers, like Rivers Cuomo and I'm blanking on names. Yeah, bunch of people. My name recall is so bad.
But it's already intriguing. I'm intrigued. I have to go hear it.
It's really
I'm
good.
intrigued.
It's going to be a surprise to find out all the songwriters.
Yes,
so
exactly. I really know everyone's names. I'm just, that's right.
And somebody mentioned this show, and now I kind of want to go. You know what I mean? It was like,
it's going to be good. I'm excited. And I'm seeing PLO on Saturday, which I'm also excited about. So I'm living in the past. What can I say?
No way.
I was just at Sunday at Journey, Santana, the Doobie Brothers, Steve Miller, and Tower of Power, but I was still out in the parking lot. Which isn't that like the day?
What were you doing in the parking lot?
Well, it was a very weird situation. They weren't my tickets, and they kept moving us from line to line. There was a weird law of attraction thing going on that I just said, "Well, hey, I'm just riding. I have no dog in this fight. I'll just ride along." And so we got in during the Doobie Brothers.
There's that.
Good. Yes, there is that.
I say as long as we are inspired, that's so cool. And speaking of older music, I've been listening to like Luxuria radio, and there's so much old music I have never heard, and it's so exciting.
They play great stuff. I don't listen to it as much as I should or want to, but every time I do, I'm always like, why don't I listen to this more? And then I proceed to not listen to it for months.
Do you have an example of something that you heard and remembered and wanted to get like a copy or make sure you had it in a playlist from there? Either one of you. And how old is old? We're only talking 60s?
60s, 70s. They do mostly 60s though, don't they? Yeah.
So, song either?
It's been a while since I've listened. So, I don't. What about you, Lisa? Do you remember something you heard?
No.
It's all kind of like, this sounds really cool, and then
because it's just exactly. And sometimes they, say who it is, and sometimes I can't keep up.
You pick up the phone, you go, I really like this song, so you pick up your phone and you use that stupid app we all wanted until we actually had it. So Edward Herman saying so many great artists never get heard, it's a crime. I absolutely agree.
So
very true.
I absolutely agree.
We're still discovering it, but I think a lot of the songs that get played on Luxuria are either hard to find or just really rare too. So there's that. And if I obsess, it's a mess. So was there ever a time in your musical career where you felt stuck and you were like, oh my gosh, like, is this it?
Not so much. I mean, there's definitely ebbs and flows, and there's, I think part of it for me, because I've always kind of kept one foot in the real world until about 2 years ago when I quit my job. I never really had the pressure of being super successful at music, so it was always kind of fun for me. And but there are definitely times when you feel like you're not improving, or you feel like you're not playing anything that you're really proud of or happy with, or you're not playing enough. That happens. It's not happening right now, but it has happened in the past. And then for me, like I always do kind of have that voice in the back of my head that's wondering when everybody's going to figure out I'm a total hack. Do you have that?
Oh yeah. In every corner of my life. What about you, Angie?
So there's that.
Fun is such a huge fun. I love that.
And I'm trying, even though I'm doing it more, like it's pretty much half my income now. But I'm trying really hard not to do anything that I'm not, totally into. So that helps a lot. Yeah, because I can always just do more massages. It's not a big deal.
Love that. Yeah. You always have something to fall back on. But you really are, I have to say again, a huge inspiration for me. Aww. So I'm so happy for you and everything that's happening. And now we get to talk about all the projects you're in right now.
Right now.
We've already mentioned Pacific Soul. Hi.
That's my baby.
Hi.
Vivian.
No.
Hi. Oh.
So anyway.
So we talked about Pacific Soul already. We kind of talked about Dragster Barbie, which is my first band I was ever in, who did a reunion earlier this year. And now we're going to play. Cockeyed Ghost has a 20-year anniversary coming up of their first album, Keep Yourself Amused, that they asked us to open for them. Yeah, so we're gonna play again, which we didn't think we were gonna. We thought it was gonna be just the one time, so it's pretty exciting.
I don't think Cockeyed Ghost is actually gonna play like original members.
I'm not sure what the configuration is. Adam's been pretty hush hush about it, so I'm not sure.
Really cool drummer,
I'm not sure who all is going to be making up the band, but
more surprises. She's just playing, with us.
And then I play in a band called Easy Tiger. It's letter E, letter Z, Tiger. And it's a 3-piece all-girl band. I had known them for years and had been a big fan. And then about 3 years ago, they asked me if I wanted to play with them because they needed a bass player. Their bass player had quit. And I've been playing with them ever since, and they're great. We're going to be recording again soon, so that'll be fun. I play with Ben Vaughn. I don't know if you know him. He had a pretty decent little career back in the late 80s. And then he became a music director, and he did the music for That 70s Show, Third Rock from the Sun. He's basically the one responsible for bringing Big Star back around again. And so I play bass for him, have for the past couple of years. We're playing next week at the Cinema Bar on the 13th. Who else? Adam, his regular band, Adam Marsland's Chaos Band, with Evie Sands.
Oh my gosh. Evie Sands, and I got to tell you, this is just another reason that she's so incredible. The amount of songs that they learn for every show is just it hurts my brain
too.
I don't know how you do it. Maybe you just don't think about it.
Well, it's funny because I have this capacity where I can learn a bunch of new songs, but other ones get pushed out when I learn them.
Oh,
that happens. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge. It keeps me on my toes. Very fun.
So for the people who don't know, what would be a normal amount to have to learn, and what do you have to learn?
Well, we do
so what's the difference?
Stuff like 50 songs in one night. Actually, a lot. We do that a lot.
Wow.
And most, and a lot of bar bands do play that amount because they'll play 2-3 sets. So it's not that out of the ordinary, but for us, a lot of them are originals. It's not just like a total cover thing.
Right. And in the sets, you don't actually repeat. You do a whole different group. Yeah. Wow. Very, very cool.
Yes.
And karaoke ones, right? Where you had
we used to do that, the 70s shows which I think you sang at a couple of them. Yeah. Where we would have people pick songs that they wanted to do and we would learn them. And we basically just backed all these different singers. Yeah.
Wow.
Every weekend.
It was really fun. Yeah.
Amazing.
Who else am I playing with right now? There's Wormstew. I think I sent you a video link for that. That's Mike Schnee's band. He also does this thing called Chisholm Worthington, but that he does with his iPod, so I'm not involved in that. But this one, I play bass and sing when he plays live, and I record with him a lot. Great songwriter. I think that's all I can think of right now. That's enough.
That's a lot. You should actually have, reached a place, it seems like, where you could just enjoy that and keep doing that and not really worry too much about, you know what I mean? You've got enough little pennies and stuff happening. Yeah. Trust it. Yeah. Trust it. And I know that's scary, but, that's that idea that you trust it, and that's when.
Yeah. And I also do a lot of studio work, so that helps too. Yeah.
I'd still say it's a lot. Sounds like a lot.
I know it's amazing. I just don't think you really think about it, right? You just don't stop and go, that's for us to do.
Right.
We're here.
Well, the minute you hear something like you had a thing going where you would have guest stars just pick a song that they wanted so you'd learn it to play it for them, that's somebody who is never going to have to worry about making a living. You know what I mean? No. You've gone to a different dimension. Okay, that's just me. Yeah, but it's a good crazy town. You know what I mean? There are bad crazy towns.
Yes.
She's back.
Just posting a few.
I'm really surprised.
So that we.
I'm really surprised a cat hasn't jumped on me yet.
And almost cue. I just had one walk by. So, and I have one. She's a little elderly, but she takes to just howling in the other room. I think she can't see somebody or something, so she thinks she's alone or something. I don't know. But I apologize in advance if she does it.
All the cats are being very well behaved right now. That can't possibly last.
True, yes. Because how many do you have? You've got two. You've got two. I've got three.
You are.
I used to have.
Oh, that's Crazy Cat Lady adjacent. It's not there yet. It's adjacent. Yeah. It's right next door.
Okay, so are you? Sorry, I have to remember. Are you currently recording now?
Just finished the Pacific Soul. Should be recording soon with Easy Tiger, but nothing actively. Oh, I forgot about the Balancing Act. I am recording with them. Do you remember those guys?
Whoa, I've heard of them. Yeah, I met one of the guys.
It's Willie, Aaron, and why am I blanking on names all over the place? Jeff Davis. I know these people, and I'm blanking on their names. They're the original members. They decided they wanted to reform the band. They put out, I think, 3 records. They were on what was the cool label at the time? I want to say Rhino, but that's not it. It's IRS. Yeah, so they put out some records. They had a little run back in like the late 80s, and they decided to reform, but it's only 2 of the original members. So they got me to play bass and Rusty Squeezebox to play drums. Yeah, and we've been recording. We still have to, we've got the basic tracks down. We still have to go. They want everybody to sing, so we have to go back and do vocals at some point. But yeah, so that's pretty fun.
Rusty Squeezebox is a I think it was just him solo. That was on Luxuria the other night. Because now to answer that question, I was like, I know you guys, but that's not.
He's such a good drummer. I didn't even know he played drums until this. But he's such a good drummer. Yeah.
Oh, I love it! Wow! Oh my gosh, so much happening. See, I'm out of the loop. You have kids. It's like, what's going on out there? Okay, so you're doing videos with Pacific Soul Limited, of course, you know, the song I keep watching over and over. But I just saw another one that I can't remember.
Tomorrow Brings Tonight was the other one we have a video for. Yeah.
Another great song. So you guys going to keep doing more videos?
Yeah, we will do some from those two are from the EP, and they will both be on the album. Not the whole EP is going to be on the album, but those two songs will be. But we're going to do some of the newer songs soon, videos for the newer songs. We actually did we did a photo shoot the other day for the album cover, and we had a couple people filming there as well so that we can, you know, kind of incorporate some of that into another video at some point.
I just think videos are so magical and powerful right now.
And they're so accessible. They're so easy to make. They're so easy to give people access to, which is really, really cool. Yeah.
Yay. So what are your favorite clubs to play in Los Angeles? I mean, you're international, but just with LA.
I am really partial to the Cinema Bar. Only part of it is because it's like a mile away from me, so it makes for a really easy night. But also, it's tiny. You've been there, Lisa. I think you performed there with us once. It's
that
really
place.
tiny.
Okay.
It's really it's
really comfortable.
It's very tiny. It's very much a musician's bar. Everybody is there to listen. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are there to listen to music, so it's very cool. I like playing there. Let's see. Surprisingly, I really like the Viper Room. I never thought I would say that. I just played there with Easy Tiger a couple of months ago. We were put on a bill that was part of a gay pride thing. And the sound there was amazing. I was shocked. They had like 4 sound guys while their little iPads doing all their little stuff, but it sounded great. It was like, whoa, okay. I remember sort of what it's like to have monitors. I'm so used to crappy sound that when I have good sound, it's almost like, oh, this is what we sound like? We sound pretty good.
That's great.
Cool.
Those are the 2 off the top of my head.
So you have somebody asking about New York City. So yes, those of us who aren't in LA, how about the Bay Area up in San Francisco? How about New York City? How about any place else that you go?
You know, I haven't been to New York in probably 8 years or so. So I don't remember any of the names of the places. I loved playing there. The one thing about New York, though, is when you tour and you go through New York City, unless you're really playing a bunch of nights, you don't really see New York City because you kind of drive in, you play, and then you leave because there's nowhere to park the van. There's nowhere, you got to get out.
No.
You have to leave.
You probably have to leave somebody driving.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. You go drive around. He's saying Union Hall, small club. Union Hall's a place in Ireland.
I've been there in Ireland a few months ago.
It's in County Cork, really down low. Beautiful.
I did not.
But tiny, tiny. Yeah. Small club Brooklyn, Union Hall.
I don't think I've ever played in Brooklyn. I've slept in Brooklyn.
Wow, now that is a song. Right?
I don't think I've ever played.
Okay.
I like it.
I slept on someone's couch in Brooklyn by Teresa Cowles.
Slept in Brooklyn.
Favorite places to eat in Los Angeles?
I'm a big fan of the Zanku chicken. I know it's a chain, and I should name somewhere cooler, but I'm a big fan. And they,
we're obsessed with
I love it. And I love. There's a few Mexican places I really like. Oh, my favorite one, they just closed though not long ago. It was called, I think it was Mi Casita, and it was over near Refflings. It was like off Washington Boulevard, just on the other side of Lincoln, more towards away from Venice. I don't know my north, south, east, west. But they just closed it. That was one of my favorites. Yeah, sorry, I'm boring. With my, I cook a lot. I mean, my favorite restaurant is my kitchen. How's that?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the best way to be. Yeah, that is the best way to be. Have you ever seen the movie
Who's in
After
it?
Hours? I'm not gonna remember his name. Darn it! But I think Cheech and Chong were actually in it. And Rosanna Arquette.
I know exactly what movie you're talking. I love that movie. Yeah.
So take that movie, and I slept on a couch in Brooklyn, and you have your song.
All right,
it's a story
I'm writing
song.
That down. That's perfect. I'm totally writing that down. Yeah. Wow.
It is a story song.
Edward says Martin Scorsese
Yeah, we're
directed
getting
it.
Yeah, Griffin Dunn.
Oh yeah, Griffin Dunn. Griffin Dunn. Yes.
I love that movie. I must have watched it 20 times.
That movie is
when I was a
hilarious.
teenager.
Wow. Oh, I guess I'm doing something after this. After I watch that movie.
Yes, you are.
So, what have been the greatest highlights in your musical career path journey?
Playing with Brian Wilson. Yeah, that was.
Cool. Wow.
It went more, done. Yeah,
that's it.
Done.
Wow.
That's interesting.
So, are there any musical heroes that you'd love to work with? They'll probably just come to you.
There are. I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head that I don't already work with. Who are just people that I really,
nice,
really respect. Yeah,
nice place to be.
And whose musical talent far surpasses mine, and I feel very honored to be in their presence. I work with a lot of those kind of people, and Evie Sands, she's incredible, and I get to work with her all the time. So, yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't really answer the question. I evaded.
No, that was it. Honestly, it's like what I love about you is it seems like things are just you're in flow. You're in the flow of what you love and are passionate about, and that's it. And the fact that you just love where you are and love the people you're around, that's wow.
Yeah, it's been, and lately, especially since I quit my full-time job, which I had for 16 years. Now, luckily, I have a very good retirement plan and all of this stuff, so I could do it thinking, okay, I'm okay no matter what happens, because I have a lot of fallback from that. But ever since I quit, I just find myself walking around some days, just I'm walking to Trader Joe's, whatever, something random, and I'll all of a sudden just stop and go, damn, I'm happy. I'll just be like, wow, I'm really happy. Just like you just feel like you're where you're supposed to be, kind of, happy. Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah,
that's very
cool.
important.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, now let's move on to something even cooler. Your record collection, which you shared. You shared,
which is old and yet brand new. It's sitting right over here. Let's see.
Oh,
like I mentioned, here, I'll give you a visual aid. Hold on.
Oh, look at this. We're getting more than I even expected.
I would have expected this.
Well, there was a picture.
I'm sorry.
There was a picture she was showing. I think her aunt. It's a Donnie. Remember the Donnie and Marie your aunt had on.
This is all of the records that I own right now are in this container.
Oh, it's a container.
It's a record holder.
It's a Donnie and Marie container. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Well, and the funny thing about this record holder that my aunt gave me, I was just in Florida for my mom's 70th birthday last week or 2 weeks ago, and she pulls out this record box that it must have been mine and my sister's when we were little. She got it from my great uncle who passed away last year. They had kept a lot of his things and they kept this, and she thought it was his, but I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure that was mine. Can I have it back? So I got custody of it once more. But yeah, I've just been buying random stuff. Like this is actually awesome. It's Paul Revere and the Raiders, who I've only heard the hits.
Evolution.
I didn't really know what they were about.
Right.
Great record, really good. It's just like every song's really interesting. It's not samey at all. Everything just great songwriting, great songs. Phase 3, the Osmonds. This has been on the rotation. Nice. Yes, very much so. Down by the Lazy River. Gotta love that song. Boning up for my monkeys. I got my monkeys going on. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
More of the monkeys.
Elvis
Yep.
Costello. Got some Neil Diamond. going on.
Oh, hear that,
Hot
baby?
August Nights, baby. Hot August Nights. Yep.
Hot August Nights.
Yeah.
Well, and which Elvis Costello?
Get happy.
Because he makes some changes too. There you go.
Yeah. And then a bunch of Wings. Got like Wings Over America, Wings at the Speed of Sound. There were some other Wings I got. I've just been going crazy.
Damn, it takes me back to records I had.
Venus and Mars.
It's like, you might have mine.
Venus and Mars. Okay, here's the cool thing about Venus and Mars. Great album. But
Yes.
look what I got.
Yes.
And this is like something I got out of the, $2 bin or whatever it was. Where is it? Where's my cool thing that I got? Oh no. Is it gone?
Uh-oh.
Maybe you hung it on the wall.
Look at this.
Oh.
Ah.
Super
Wow.
cool. There's little colored balls. I don't know if you can see the little colored balls. Very symbolic.
Yeah. Well, it follows the Venus and Mars thing. I think I had that album. I think I had that part. You still might have mine.
Be yours. This might be your Venus and Mars.
Too bad.
Very much.
That's it.
No.
Give it back. No,
Never.
no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's hysterical. That's kind of been my thing lately. I just go into record stores and just randomly pick up stuff that either I've heard of or I used to have or I have on CD. Some of it I have on CD. But yeah, and I'm just buying records like crazy. It's been really fun though. But my Donnie and Marie box is going to not be able to contain them for much longer. That's kind of sad.
I think maybe
they probably
built.
Well, they probably had a bunch of furniture for that. If you can still catch them before they've been repurposed into something else.
I've had my eyes open for more record containers of some kind, or shelves, or
Because I was gonna say maybe build it into a wall, and then you open the drawer, and like all your records go like way back.
That would be great if someone wants to build that for me.
Hear that, everybody? Okay. Cool. Wow, that's a great share. Do you ever have record parties, dance parties? Hey, everybody, we're gonna listen to.
I have them on my own all the time. I had one earlier today.
Daily.
They don't. My worry is like they skip. If you hit the ground too hard.
Well, you have to dance a little bit away from the record player, but then you go over to the record player when it does skip, and you stomp a nice dance move, and then it plays again, and then you move away. I've got it down.
Wow. You do.
Yes.
And know your floor. Because, I have a floor that's really bad. You couldn't do it in this room. Some floor, it's missing some joists or something. It's something we actually want to repair. But a record player is exactly how I learned it, because one of the things I do at my day job is transfer records to digital for people who say their high school band made a record or, that sort of thing. So while testing one of those and walking, it's like, shoot, I can't even walk in this room.
Yeah. But you had that weird earthquake, though. Do you think that had some?
Yeah. Oh, yes. It was actually prior to the earthquake. So, yeah. I don't even do records from here at all anymore. Just work. So, yeah. It'll eventually get fixed.
Okay. No. Okay, so what album or CD are you most proud of in your collection?
Album or CD am I most proud of? I'm pretty proud of that Venus and Mars poster. To be honest.
That was, yeah. Steaming.
That's pretty proud.
Yeah.
And the most outrageous CD or record in your collection that would surprise your friends?
Oh, I own a lot of Beastie Boys. Is that surprising?
That's just cool.
A little bit.
So that. Not
cool.
on vinyl though, only on CD.
Cool. Let's see. Okay, so here's one for you. So when you're not playing music, what do you do to feed your spirit?
I walk a lot. I walk around a lot. I try to look at things, try to kind of take in my surroundings, which you don't realize you're not doing a lot of the time. And I like to eat.
I love the way you said that. Unapologetic.
Amen.
So those two things are very soul feeding, even though the second one sounds like literally feeding. And it is, but it also feeds the soul.
Well, there's eating and there's eating. If you're really eating like you're talking about it, it's absolutely feeding the soul. I was listening to Jack Kornfield from Buddhist psychology, where he was talking about Tassajara bread and the making of that. And there's a total difference in eating and your like fast food, just filling yourself because it's time.
It's true.
Yourself because it's time.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm hungry. Now move on. And you're not even really tasting it. But it was funny because the whole story is that he was making, the biscuits that you slap across the Pillsbury, whatever it is. And that's what he'd known. And he was trying to improve on it, right? The Tassajara guy, right? And he realized he kept trying to think, I'm trying to improve on it. And then suddenly he asked himself, improve on what? And he realized he was trying to make Pillsbury. And so then that was when he finally sat down and tasted his own biscuits and thought, oh my God, these are incredible. When he stopped trying to compare them to something pointless.
And process.
It's a wonderful story. Okay. Look for it, Jack Kornfield. Sorry. I should actually go too, so you can talk more music stuff. And it's time.
We're winding down to the last question.
Okay.
Stick around. Stick around.
Stick around.
So do you have a personal message you'd love to share with everyone, with the world, with your fans, your followers?
I mean, it's one everybody says, but it's so true. Life is really short, so live it. It's so important that you really just live your life and not just kind of zombie your way through it and get caught in ruts and caught in things that you're not happy doing. It's because it's super short. And it's been a rough year for people dying, famous people and people I know as well. So it kind of really drives that home that you don't know how much time you have. So you need to live every day, and really, and it's very cliche, but it's also very true. Also, peace and love.
Yay!
Yay! You got compliments over there. I enjoyed you, Teresa. A real person. Great interview. Thank you so much. Might even be my favorite so far. Edward and then Randy.
Yay!
Thank you. Yes, and we will have this available as a replay.
Oh, cool.
So thank you.
This was so fun. Thanks for asking me to do it. It's awesome. And let me know when you're doing. I subscribe so that I know when you're doing another one because you're a very good interviewer.
Cool.
Yay!
I get a lot of fun down there in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, Angela.
It's my job. Ed McMahon, I haven't been fired yet. But Ed McMahon to her Johnny Carson.
It works. It totally works.
I got some gold for you.
Oh.
Wasn't that he did it late night?
Fix your floor.
Oh, yes. See, but it is, I'm a terrible crafting artsy type person, so it's really waiting for that DIY idea for what this floor is supposed to be. Right now, it's just plywood, basically. So, yeah. It'll get there. By the way, send pennies. No, I'm kidding. You've seen them.
Totally. All right,
Can I
everybody.
go now?
Sending love and hugs.
Oh, yes. Mwah.
Big hugs. Thanks again. Love you, Angela. Love you,
Bye.
Teresa.
Love you.
See
Bye.
I'll
Love you.
talk
It
to
was fun.
Okay,
Lots
I'll
of
see you
fun.
then. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.